Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. 69. Brahmaiva Vedam Vishwamityeva Vani Shrauti Bruthe Atharvanishta Varishtha Tasmadetad Brahma Matram Hi Vishwam Nadhishthānāt bhinnataropitasya Yeah, this we have seen. The two technical terms, Adhishthana and then what was the other one? Aropa. Long A. Adhishthana and Aropa. What is Aropa? Superimposition. Adhishthana, that upon which something is superimposed. So, like snake and rope, what is the Adhishthana and what is the Aropa here?
Snake is Aropa.
Snake is Aropa, even though Aropa rhymes with rope. Snake is Aropa and rope is Adhishthana. So there are two things. Can you really say there are two things?
No.
Can you say there are two things, snake and rope? No. There is only one snake, correct?
No, one rope.
No, one rope. I'm checking. I have to do these things. There is only one rope over which a whole lot of snakes can be superimposed. Slimy snakes, striped snakes, slim snake, fat snakes, all kinds of snakes. Only on one rope are they seen, correct? If there were two, then after you have looked at the rope, then you have to go in search of the snake. But you don't have to do that. So number one, there are no two things. Aropa, that which is superimposed, is basically dependent upon what? The Adhishthana. Without the Adhishthana, can there be Aropa? No. I mean, if you really have a doubt about it, transfer it to snake rope terms. Without the rope, can there be snake rope? Can there be snake rope without rope? No. Snake rope, just as it cannot exist without rope, so too this whole Jagat cannot exist without the Adhishthana. Number two. Number three, when the Adhishthana is mistaken for Aropa, this is called self-ignorance. Very simple. What is self-ignorance? I mistake the Adhishthana for the Ropa, for the Aropa. In other words, instead of seeing the rope, what do I see? Snake. I mistake the rope for the snake, which causes fear, which causes distress, which causes upset. So similarly, if I mistake the Jagat for what? As something other than me, as that snake. The Jagat now is the snake. Bhagavan is the rope here in terms of what is exemplified. So if I don't see Ishvara, the truth of everything as one, the benign truth of everything, I only see the superimposed. The non-ultimate reality is thought to be the ultimate reality. What other form of ignorance can there be? That is the saddest little ignorance that you can see. is that the non-ultimate reality is taken to be the ultimate. This is the problem. And then what? And then one cries, I'm Karta, I'm Bhokta, I'm sad, help, I'm not having a good day. Poor thing, what does the day have to do with it? When I first came to America, have a good day, I was like, how to have a good day? I was thinking, what do they mean by this? I didn't understand. Are you having a good day? Oh, today is such a bad day. A poor day. It just rises and sets like every other day. So the good day and the bad days is what? Aropa. This is the aropa. This is aropa here means subjectivity. Yeah. Like last time we said there are 3 orders of reality. What is the first one? Adhishthana, that which is the truth of everything, the ultimate, the absolute, which is called, in other words, one more word I'm looking for. No, in terms of our orders of reality.
Oh,
Sat.
Sat.
Abba. Okay. Yeah, that calls for a drink of water. Cheers to remembering that. So, Adhishthana is also called what? Sat. Yeah. And then we have Asat, the totally non-existent. We are not talking of that which is completely non-existent, because if something is non-existent, what is there to talk about? If it does not exist, why waste time talking about it? Right? So then Sat and Asat, alright? And then we have, the Asat we don't even talk about. So Sat and the Jagat is called what? Mithya. Mithya means aropa. The superimposed multitudes upon this one reality, the multiple manifestations called mithya. Mithya means that which as though is like the snake. It has an as though iffy, slimy quality. This Jagat has a funny quality. And this funny Jagat with this funny quality cannot be without the Adhishthana even for a second, because it is a projection of that Adhishthana alone, which is this funny Jagat, correct? Yeah. And the third order of reality is what? Huh? We have lots of time. The class just started. So we have Sat, we have Mithya. What is the third order?
Asat. Dismissed that a moment ago.
No, Asat is not an order. That's why we are not discussing it. Yeah. That's why it was dismissed, because it doesn't exist. Sat, Mithya. What is the third order?
Maya.
That is Mithya is Maya. Maya is Mithya. One and the same. 2 names.
Yeah.
Mithya is, what is that? Indeclinable, neuter. Maya is feminine. Satyam, we have 1. Mithya, 2. What else is there? We go home then? What about Mithya? Within Mithya? One's own Mithya? Subjectivity. Pratibhasikam. 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 Satyam, Mithya, Pratibhasikam. Pratibhasikam means my own Mithya within the Mithya. This is the problem. The first problem is one doesn't remember it. Second problem is one doesn't recognize it because... And now the very $1 million question is, does one not recognize it because one doesn't remember it, or does one not remember it because one doesn't recognize it? Now we can go on and on that. So Mithya within Mithya is what is how I feel about the Jagat, what I see. And we have many examples of it. Silver dollar is shining in the sand. That is an example of pravritti mithya. Pravritti means running after mithya within mithya. You've read in the paper that the government is, because Obama was re-elected, some silver dollars are being, released, and you want one, you don't know how to get it, and you're walking on the beach, the sun is shining. It's not in Eugene, okay. And the sun is shining, and then you see something the size of the dollar shining yonder on the sand, and you make a run for it because you're convinced it is that silver dollar that you had read in the paper. And then you go close to it, what is it? Mother of pearl. Mother of pearl, which also is the same piece of shell, which was round, which was the size of a silver dollar, which was lying in the sand. Was it really a silver dollar? Where did the silver dollar go? Back to the head. Where was the silver dollar? In the head, in the form of the desire for silver dollar made you see the silver dollar. And what is that? Is the positive or pravritti example of mithya within mithya. What is the negative example? Rope snake. Rope snake. A rope is innocently lying. What is it that makes me see snake instead of rope? My own fear of snake is translated into what?
Snake.
Yeah, into a ropey snake. Yeah. My own fear is translated, and then when I shine the flashlight of knowledge, and then it is seen to be none other than the rope, do I still continue to look for the snake? Oh, it was right here. Where did it go? No, because I have understood that which was the snake, quote unquote, is verily the rope. So the benign reality is contorted, distorted by which mithya is mithya within mithya, my own subjectivity. Okay? So we have adhishthana, we have aropa, and this aropa must be divided into two. One is Ishvara's aropa, Ishvara srishti. Correct? Ishvara's manifestation, Ishvara's creation, and then what? My own aropa. My own maya within maya. Mithya within mithya. My own subjectivity, which is called what? Pratibhasikam. This is what it's called. Pratibhasikam. This is my own mithya. This is what comes in the way. So the first is what? The adhishthana alone is the aropa, which is what? Which is the superimposition of the adhishthana, is not really counted as two. And the adhishthana can be without aropa. Can aropa be without adhishthana? No. So then, which causes sorrow? Does the aropa cause sorrow, or does the adhishthana cause sorrow?
Aropa.
Go back to snake rope, then answer, Yeah. Yeah. And actually I will try to say even further that the adhishthana cannot cause sorrow because it is you, it is ultimate, it is whole, it is limitless. It is as far away from sorrow as possible. Alright? First kind of aropa, which is what? Ishvara Srishti, cannot cause sorrow. This is a trick question. Ishvara Srishti cannot cause sorrow. Why? Or rather, why not? Because it just is. It just is. Oh, but how can you say Sandy just is? Sandy ate up so much of the coastal, things happening in the east coast. How can you say it just is? It just is. What it ate up is mithya. Sandy is mithya. Oh, how can you say it is mithya? It ate up all these, resources on the east coast. What it ate is also mithya. Who said that is Sat? But it affected so many people that what it affected is also mithya. You have to be very clear about this. And so So, but that doesn't mean that, when all the radio channels and the TV channels are blaring, Sandy is coming, evacuate. This is what, all the officials were saying, evacuate, evacuate. And some people said, I'm not going to evacuate. And out of some of those people, out of one person, out of all, this is a story, okay? Out of all the people who did not evacuate, one person's reasons were very interesting. So the reporters went there and they asked this fellow, why are you not evacuating? Because I am a Vedantin. Sandy coming is mithya. I am into Sat. I don't believe in mithya. I am a Vedantin. Look at all these fools running. What do you have to say to that fellow? Yeah. You are the biggest fool. This is a mythical fellow, okay? Yeah. You are the biggest fool, you have to say. Why? Because if Sandy is mithya, who said running is satyam? Running is also mithya. Evacuating is mithya also. This much head we have to have on the shoulder, okay? After that you are on your own. This much little bit of thinking has to be done. This Satyam Mithya is when it's mangled. People mangle Satyam and Mithya all kinds of ways, funny ways, and it leads to really strange situations. Because this has to be understood that Mithya cannot be without Satyam. Satyam is you. That which cannot be seen is Satyam. That you which you cannot see, that you which you are experiencing yourself all the time, that you which you need not see, which sees everything, which is self-revealing, which need not be an object of anything because it is in fact the subject. It is that consciousness, non-dual consciousness, which is the subject of everything, unto which everything becomes evident. And that which becomes evident to it is mithya, it itself is satyam. So, Sandy becomes evident. That I have to run also should become evident. So, this is the same order of reality. So if this ersatz Vedantin, ersatz means totally false Vedantin, this veneer of Vedanta, like a varnish, one coat of Vedanta this fellow has. So he sits in Sandy and he says, I'm not going to evacuate, let Sandy's granddaddy also, grandmummy also come. I'm not going to evacuate because I am a Vedantin and I am not into, I am only into Sat, Namaha, you have to say, that's all you have to say. Namo Namaha. Yeah. So this Adhishthana is oneself, really. And when you say oneself, you are exempting the body, mind, sense complex. You are talking about the truth of that which lives in the body, mind, sense complex, which is not subject to the grievances of the body, mind, sense complex. So everything is mithya. Running is mithya, eating is mithya, drinking is mithya. That is why there is no karta. I am not the karta because everything is mithya. Mithya hunger. Oh, hunger is mithya. Don't worry, food is also mithya. So, mithya hunger requires mithya food. Mithya tiredness requires mithya rest. Mithya insomnia requires mithya sleep. But then what about not being able to get up in the morning? That is Sat, okay? That's the only thing that is Sat. Because when you are asleep, you are one with Sat. So, this is something we have to understand, this Adhishthana and this Aropa. Aropa doesn't have the power to cause any harm to the eye. Because the projection, Ishvara's projection is benign. No, but why do I feel sad about Sandy? That you have to answer that question. No, but so many people died. Their time was up. This is just a factual way of seeing it. We are all in this country, in the West, generally we are very afraid of death. And when somebody else dies, what happens is that we immediately think of our own death. This is what we are not crying for those people. We didn't even know those people. We don't know anybody. We didn't even know their names. We didn't know where they lived. We didn't know what their lives were like. And so not just in this country, but also in Caribbean, Haiti, Sandy has had a very famous life, Yeah. And all these places, all the people who succumbed, whose lives were lost, we don't know them. And we didn't know them. And then what? So if one is crying, that means there is something closer home that is being the source of pain. So you see, that person's death did not cause sorrow, right? Because the first thing one asks is, oh, did you know anybody in New York? No. Oh, thank God. Well, what about all those other people? But this is how it is. So you didn't know those people. One doesn't know those people. But really what is, the sadness comes out of two reasons. One is the human being is an empathetic person. Unless the person is a psychopath, a sociopath. But other than that, there is a certain empathy. And then along with the empathy, there is also a certain subjectivity. Oh my God. Those people were in the prime of life. You see a little biography. Oh, this person was so young, my age, and doing so well in their job, in their life. And then suddenly it was all snatched by Sandy or anyone. Doesn't matter. Any name you can take, any hurricane, any cause. And immediately one is uncomfortably face to face with one's own mortality. That is what happens. That is what makes one sad. So you see, Sandy did not make you sad. Somebody's death in some other corner of the world also did not make you sad. What made you sad is your own thought that I am a mortal. You see what I'm saying? And I am a mortal, is it Sat?
No.
Is it Mithya?
No.
What kind of Mithya? First Mithya or second Mithya within Mithya?
Second.
It's Mithya within Mithya, really. Body is mortal. I am not mortal. But if that non-mortal I is mortified into thinking that I am a mortal, then what to do? That subjectivity has to be adjusted. This is what is called a vision adjustment. You have to adjust your vision, not by going to the eye doctor, but a different kind of a eye doctor. But adjust your vision in line with the beautiful, reality shown by the teachings, by the Shruti. Shruti means teaching. So this is what one has to adjust. So all causes of fear and sorrow are right here. But conveniently Sandy comes along and we can transpose it, we can project it onto her and say, it's because of that. Since Sandy struck, I'm not happy. Since this happened, I'm not happy. We like to attach things to different situations and, different causes. But really the cause is what? Is one's own self-ignorance. I don't know my own glory. So the Atharva Veda says, what does she say? She says in the Mandukya Upanishad, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. All this is nothing but Brahman alone. And then Etad Vishwam, this whole Vishwam, all this that is looked upon by as many is only one. Na adhishthanat bhinnata aropitasya. The aropita is not separate from adhisthana. Next one. Satyam yadi syat jagade tadatmanah.
Satyam yadi syat jagate tadatmanah.
Anantatvahanihi.
Anantatvahanihi.
Anigama pramanata.
Anigama pramanata.
Anantatva nigama pramanata. Nigama pramanata. Asatyavadi.
Asatyavadi.
Asatyavaditvamapi.
Asatyavaditvamapi.
Ishutu syat.
Ishisu syat.
Naitatrayam sadhu.
Naitatraya sadhu.
Hitam mahatmanam.
Hitam Mahatmanam.
So, yadi syat. Let us say if it were to be Jagad etat. If this Jagat were to be what? If this Jagat were to be what?
Real.
Satyam. Sat. If this Jagat should be Sat. Correct? Sat doesn't mean real. Sat means Adhisthana. The only thing that is, that which is non-negatable is real. That is why it is called real. So non-negatable, that which is there all the time. Remember last time we saw in detail the definitions. I remember, I hope you do also. Yeah, what are the definitions of Sat? We saw that.
That which exists cannot be negated.
Yeah, that which exists in all periods of time, past, present, future, and that which is not subject to negation. Sat. What is the definition of Mithya? Two definitions again.
That which depends on Sat.
That which depends on Sat, non-separate from Sat,
Which is neither Sat
which
nor
is
non-Sat.
neither existent nor non-existent. Yeah, which is in between existent and non-existent. So this we saw. So Satyam yadi syat jagad etat. If this Jagat were to be considered Satyam, meaning this is the ultimate reality, this Jagat, then what would happen? Three problems would arise. Then Atmanah, first problem is called Atmanah Anantatva Hanihi. So if Jagat is the ultimate, then what is Atma, ultimate or non-ultimate? What?
Huh?
If Jagat is ultimate,
Yes.
if Jagat is limitless, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam is Jagat, then what is this Atma?
Non.
Non-ultimate. Understood? No?
Yeah.
Okay. If Jagat is ultimate, like see the definition of ultimate is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, we have seen. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. If those three words, Satyam, that which exists, that which is sentient, and that which is ultimate, limitless, is taken away by what? The Jagat. What does it leave Atma? Nothing. Atma becomes non-existent. So if Atma becomes non-existent, that means I who is wondering whether if the Jagat is real, then what happens to the Atma? That is also non-existent. So the non-existent person is wondering what will happen if Jagat is the ultimate. You see what I am saying? Is this possible? No. This is distasteful really. This is very funny because if the universe is the ultimate, then what about Atma? The I, who is the observer of the universe. The observer is falsified by that which is observed. You know, like you put on the glasses to see better, but as you put them on, the glasses start to say, I see you. Then what are you going to do? You know, you feel watched all the time. So here, you are the one who is the seer of everything, the knower of everything. You are the one unto whom everything becomes evident. And then suddenly the inert Jagat becomes Sat. And you, what is the opposite of inert? Sentient you. I thought somebody will say earth, but no. Sentient you become what? Become non-existent. Because the insentient becomes existent and you become non-existent. The observer of the insentient becomes non-existent. This doesn't even feel like you feel kind of aruchi, a certain distaste in articulating it. Like you can't even complete the sentence because it's so off, correct? Off kilter. So if the Jagat were true, were to be real, were to be true, were to be the only truth of this whole thing, then what would happen? We would run into three problems. The first of it being Atmanah, for the Atma, Anantatva, the limitlessness, Hani, loss. Loss of limitlessness for the Atma. Okay, never mind. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Three words describe the Atma. Anantam is gone. Satyam and Jnanam, two things are at least left. You cannot argue like that. Better keep quiet, don't argue like that. You know, if you argue like that, because that Satyam and Jnanam hinge on Anantam. Anantam Sat, Anantam Jnanam. That sentience which is limitless, that existence which is limitless. Then if you say take away the limitlessness, nothing happens, Sat and Jnanam is still there. No, you become finite. So Atma becomes finite. Okay, let me be finite, so what? Well, not only that, then already I think I'm finite, now I'll know I'm finite. So, if you say that, then the second problem is what? Nigama apramanata, means the teachings become pointless. The teachings have no point. Then what's the win? We can end the class right here. No need to come next week. Why? Because because the Jagat, that which is inert, is the ultimate. And then so the sentient I is non-existent, is non-ultimate. And what does the teaching say? You are ultimate, correct? So if the teaching says you are limitless, and in fact I am not limitless because the Jagat is limitless, and I am not I, the observer of the Jagat, is not limitless, and then so where does that leave me? I become limited, correct? So if I become limited, and what does the teaching, the truth of the I is now limited, right? This is the new reality. The teacher, the truth of the I is limited. So the Upanishad becomes outdated. Because what does the Upanishad say? You are limited, right? No, you are limitless. Upanishad says you are limitless. Nigama means the Veda. Here Nigamanta, end of the Veda, Vedanta. Apramanata, the pramanata means the means of knowledge, the status of the Upanishads gaining the means of knowledge status. They are the only means of knowledge to help me see who I am, the truth of who I am. They become useless. Okay, let them become useless. Well, the third problem is the worst of all. What is that? Yeah, asatyavaditvam ishituhu syat. Ishvara gets an epithet. What is the epithet of Ishvara? Liar. Ishvara becomes a liar. Oh, now this is really serious. I thought all the people tell lies, but if Ishvara also started to tell, if God also started to tell lies, where are we going to go? Correct? So why does Ishvara become a liar? Because where did the Shruti come from? Huh? From Ishvara. So the words of the teaching are words of Ishvara. We say that is the Shraddha, that is the attitude with which, that reverential attitude with which the knowledge is received. Otherwise it doesn't work. Because if your Tata said those words, Tata means grandfather. So if Tata says those words, it is not going to work, right? It's just some other person. Or Mama, Mama means uncle. There was one fellow who says, I am very well educated. I have a double MA. How come? All the people in the living on the street, they knew him very well. They knew him from childhood, the older people. He said, you are a high school dropout. What do you mean you are very, very well educated? You have 2 MAs. All the children call me Mama, M.A. M.A. So like this, it's not some Mama talking or some Tata talking, it is Bhagavan talking. So the words of Bhagavan will be falsified. Up till now we thought only politicians lie, leaders lie. But here the leader of leaders, the Ishvara of all, the one who is everything, this whole Jagat, starts to lie. This is not a good thing, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Na sadhu bhavati, this is not good at all. Sadhu means good. So this na sadhu syat, na etat trayam, these 3 scenarios are not really good. Hitam means or beneficial. For whom? Mahatmanam, for the great ones, for the people who of knowledge, for the people who are what? For the people who are desirous of the knowledge. Yeah, for the people who are desirous of the teaching. This is not a good scenario. What are the 3 things that happens? if the Jagat were to be, if the Aropa becomes Adhisthana, what happens? First thing is Adhisthana is not limitless. And the Adhisthana being revealed as I, that means what? The Atma becomes non-existent, finite. And then the next problem is that which reveals the Atma as limitless becomes falsified, which is what? The Upanishad. The Upanishad, being the words of Bhagavan, also become what? False. So Ishvara becomes a liar. A false tale bearer. So therefore these three situations, and we can add to those situations, because if that which is insentient is the whole, then who is to recognize that as the whole? The sentient, correct? So if there is no such thing called the sentient, then the insentient is everything. Then what is the use? And the sentient cannot be denied, and the insentient cannot exist without being recognized. We have these two very uncomfortable realities. Is this that which is sentient cannot be denied. That which is insentient cannot be validated, ratified without being recognized. So each one is actually, that which is insentient is dependent on that which is sentient, not the other way around. This we have to really understand. And so this gives into these threefold problems, and these threefold problems are no fun. This is not good for the seekers of knowledge. We get into this kind of a funny situation. This is not a good thing. Ishvaro vastu tattvajnah
Ishvaro vastu tattvajnah
na chahanteshvavasthitah
na chahanteshvavasthitah
na cha matsthani bhutani
na cha matsthani bhutani
ityemaveva vyachiklipat That l is used only here in one word, kliptam. That's the only use for it. Yeah, this we'll see next time, because this is from the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, a very big discussion. Yeah. So if I start today, it's in my own interest to postpone it till next time. Because what will happen if I start it today?
We will not finish.
No, you will forget. You will not finish is not my problem. We can take it up. So, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Any questions are there?
Yes.
Yes, tell me.
What is the translation of the Ishvara Srishti, please?
Ishvara's manifestation, creation. Srishti, creation.
Okay.
Jiva Srishti, one's own creation. Mithya within Mithya.